what we are witnessing yet again. How many more times, people, is the savior complex, where people, as they have throughout the bloody history of humanity that we know of, look for someone to save them. Save me. Save me, Donald. Save me, QAnon. What is that doing? Giving your power away. I'm not going to give my power away to the state. I'm going to give it to Donald Trump. QAnon. That's how we got into this mess. The thing is, Gaz, what do cults do? These cults that are about end of the world cults. They'll give you a date for the end of the world, and when it passes, they'll just give you another date. And you know, this is the way these psyops work. And like I say, the vast majority of people that have gone with the whole QAnon theme won't be part of the psyop in terms of operational. They'll be people who just believe it and really want it to be true. And in terms of the abuse that will come back from saying this, of course, I have a record of 30 years of not allowing obvious abuse that will come back from stopping me saying what I believe to be true. And this situation, in my view, is a psyop. And I'm doing this, and I've done it all these years, because I want the truth to come out, so that this psychopathic evil can cease to control human society. And that's my goal. That's been my commitment all along. And I'm not interested in a round of applause or a frickin' statue. Thank you. So I'm saying here what I've seen to be true over a long period of time with the same repeating theme. And if people don't like that, well, they'll have to do the other thing. It's all the same with me. And I'm going to say something else that's highly controversial. You know, we've got to start, well, I've obviously been doing it since he came on the scene, but I think people have got to start rethinking Trump as well. And moving beyond the rhetoric and the telling you what you want to hear to what actually has manifested over the last 4 years. All right, if you really cared about freedom of speech, you would have entered the White House and gone immediately for Google and Facebook and Twitter for their censorship of free speech. Instead, just a few weeks before the end of the Trump presidency, a lawsuit was issued against Google. So what's the point of that? And you look at the, draining the swamp. Draining the swamp? The swamp's never been so deep as it is with Biden coming in. Just a front man for the darkest of dark. And so don't show me the words, show me the actions. So someone believes in freedom of speech, right? Yeah. So why, in a explosion of pardons at the end of your presidency, do you pardon criminals, violent criminals, financial criminals, an Israeli spy, the handler of the Israeli spy, a mega crook stealing from the Medicare system? And why, if you believe in freedom of speech and exposing the deep state, do you not pardon Julian Assange and Edward Snowden? Think about it, people. What we've got here, as I said when Trump came to light in 2016 politically, is they're going to use him to divide America. And they have. The only question is, how much does he know he's being used and how much doesn't he? But that's clearly what's happened. And the outcome of the 4 years of Trump is now the complete demonization, not just of Trump supporters, but anyone who's pushing back against fascism or communism, whatever you want to call it, same bloody thing. So what we are witnessing yet again, how many more times, people, is the savior complex, where people, as they have throughout the bloody history of humanity that we know of, look for someone to save them. Save me! Save me, Donald! Save me, QAnon! What is that doing? Giving your power away. I'm not going to give my power away to the state. I'm going to give it to Donald Trump. QAnon. That's how we got into this mess. And if we're going to get out of it, then what we need to do, surely, is to stop looking for a savior and someone else is going to do it, trust the plan, and find a frickin' mirror and look where the real savior is, if you want to call it a savior. We are. So, 75 million people voted for Trump. Yeah. So what if 75 million people, instead of following QAnon and looking up to Trump like a frickin' god, 75 million people said, from this day, we are no longer going to cooperate with our own enslavement. No, we are not cooperating with our enslavement and our children's enslavement. We're not going to do that now. No way, no, under no circumstances, no compromise, not doing it. House arrest, lockdown, not doing it. Because we can see it's a scam. So how easy would it be to enforce that on 75 million people, especially if they were operating in mutual support? Look at how that would change events far more comprehensively than mass protests in Washington and following another savior, which is it's almost like a mind program, a perceptual program that's ingrained in the human psyche. And if you know what to do, you can press that trigger and people will give their power away to someone they think will save them. We got into this mess by doing that. Humanity gave its power away to kings and queens and warlords, and now dark suit politicians and bureaucrats. That's how we got here. And giving it away to Trump and QAnon, just another version of it. And if we, like I say, look at the outcome of all this, 4 years of Trump, the savior, the pushbackers against fascism have never been more at the mercy of that very fascism.
But it makes me laugh a little bit because when Trump came in and he signed off a few executive orders, people on the left or fake left, to be fair, rightly kicked off about it. You know, because these things weren't being debated. They weren't having conversations. It was kind of like, bang, that's a thing now. Yet Biden comes in, he does 17 in his first day. I think it was 12 in his second day, executive orders. And it's brilliant, isn't it? So Biden's come in, he's done exactly what you gobbed off about Trump doing, but it's good now. And that then, you know, comes back to the point you've made, that it's divided America. It's now split. Yeah, but he's on our side.
Yeah.
So Biden's come in. He's obviously gone straight back into the World Health Organization. He's gone straight back into the Paris Accord. He's opening the borders, obviously, always the plan. He stopped building the wall. He's destroyed women's sport immediately. You know, so it's like, okay, you're signing. I saw a guy tweet. He said that basically he signed within one day, within 2 swipes of a pen, he's destroyed 60,000 US jobs through the Paris Agreement, and he's made it okay for guys to go into female toilets.
Yeah.
In his first day.
Yeah. Well, I said a few weeks ago in these video casts that that within a year, and being very optimistic, 2 years, a year much more closer to the truth, that what's left of America that we've known as America will be gone if Biden gets in. And that's not to support Trump, I don't. But Trump has a constituency of pushbackers. So he's, even if he wanted to, he is much more limited in how quickly and what he can do without getting pushback from his own support base. Biden's support base wants him to do all this stuff. So there's no pushback. So he can move very, very quickly. And of course, it's not the Biden policy agenda, it's the cult policy agenda that put Biden into power.